government as opposed to it was going through the NGOs?
Well, what we hope to be able to do, and since 2007 there have been restrictions in place on the way in which we've been able to use our development assistance, and we've not been able to provide direct support to or through the government or government agencies. Now that the elections have gone so well, we will be putting in recommendations to our EU member states back in Brussels. And the decision is not with us to restart in a full cooperation with Fiji, but I'm confident that things will definitely go in the right direction. Then we will be able to again work directly with government and with government agencies. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that we will stop working with NGOs and civil society organizations, but I think we will be able to work in a much more comprehensive way. And that I hope will go for sugar as much as for other sectors. I think in the last few years we have provided a lot of support to those working in the sugar industry, for example, alternative livelihoods alongside income from sugarcane. We've been working with the Sugar Research Institute of Fiji, and I think a lot of what we have been doing has helped to ensure that those working in the industry have a brighter future than perhaps they otherwise would have done. But I think there is more that we can do working with the government. In 2017, the European market will open up. We have been obliged by the World Trade Organization to stop preferential treatment of sugar coming from developing countries. So it's going to be much more competitive, and I look forward to working with the sugar industry, with the FSC, and with others to try to make sure that Fiji does take advantage of all the market opportunities that are going to be there. It is going to be more competitive, and I know that the Fiji industry is very aware of this and is trying to gear up.
Mm-hmm. What sort of implications would there into 2017 once the market opens up? What sort of implications would be there? You're talking about competition, and I understand there would be a lot of other countries who are producing at a bigger scale. So what sort of implications would there be for the industry, and how can we brace for what's to come?
I think the price in the market will go down because there will be no longer, let's say, protection of certain price levels. And if the price goes down, you need to be able to compete on price as well as on quality. Yeah. I think the Fijian sugar already has a certain advantage in terms of quality. Good advantage has been taken of the fair trade label, which guarantees that sugarcane has been grown under certain conditions and has been processed under certain conditions. So already there's a very good reputation for quality, but it is true that in 2017 there are probably going to be more competitors on the European market, and there is going to be price competition. So it's, I think, important that the Fijian industry is able to, let's say, become more competitive to ensure, let's say, better productivity, so that it can really compete.
Mm-hmm. When the price comes down, is it going to be a big difference, or?
I don't know. It's difficult to say because it will depend on the market. Mm-hmm. There will be no more sort of interventions to keep the price artificially high.
Okay. Which countries are we looking at competition to come from, basically?
I don't know, but within the European Union there are sugar growers as well, and they will also be competing in the same market. Mm-hmm. Sugar beet growers, so the market will be a more competitive place. But I'm confident that Fiji will certainly continue to enjoy a very good position in the European market. But there is work to be done to make sure that happens.
Okay. With the Fiji's return to democracy now, I'm sure you would have been in talks in terms of which areas you would be looking to give assistance in. Are there some projects that you have already identified?
Well, I think it's too early to say exactly because we do need to sit down with the new government and discuss with them where they feel that we should be providing support. I don't think it's up to the European Union to come and say, right, we want to give money in this sector, we want to work in this sector. Okay. The government will have, I think, a very clear view as to where the priority should be. Maybe, as we've been talking about the sugar sector, maybe that will be a focus. there may be a focus on more governance areas, working with the institutions of democracy, rule of law, and so on. But I'm looking forward to having discussions, I hope, very soon with the new ministers to be able to focus on what we should be doing once we're able to resume full cooperation.
Is there a time frame when you're looking at meeting with them?
Soon, very soon.
Soon. Okay.
Yes. Sorry, but one thing I wanted to add on that is that the European Union is not the only development partner which is going to be stepping up support to Fiji. I know that there are several partners who will be doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So it's also going to be important for us to be able to divide, let's say, the labour. We don't all want to be tripping over each other to provide support in the same sectors. Yeah. So I look forward also to hearing from the authorities what they feel the different development partners should be doing in order that we maximise the potential of our support.
Mm-hmm. This is a general question, but what sort of potential do you see for Fiji? Where do you see Fiji's position in the region?
Well, I think Fiji clearly is one of the key players within the Pacific. I think there is a lot of opportunity for Fiji, both to increase, let's say, economic benefits from working closely with other Pacific countries, but also to work on markets further away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any other things you'd like to add?
No, just to say that it's a privilege to have been here during the last few weeks, the last few months, with the election process, with the return to democracy, and I'm very, very optimistic about the future of Fiji and about the relations of the European Union with Fiji. It's a very good time.